Hi guys, and welcome to my diary. I'm gonna be completely honest. I haven't had that much time to do video. Well, I have had time, but I've been a bit useless about making videos this month. My brother was here for like the whole month. It was absolutely amazing. I absolutely loved having him here, and that's my excuse as to why I haven't done too many videos. But it was so nice having him here. He's just the most amazing guy. Like seriously, he's awesome, and every time I had 5 minutes I would spend with him. So if I wasn't running on the tennis court, I was pretty much spending time with my brother, which was amazing. I miss him so much already. He hasn't been gone for very long, but I really miss him like crazy. But hopefully now, hopefully he's gonna move back here for good really soon. But in the meantime, at least we can travel backwards and forwards now. It was the longest I've ever not seen my brother. That is how sad it is. And I know people are like, oh yeah, but you know, like we don't see our brothers for like 2-3 years and whatever. But my brother and I, and you know, my brother, dad and I, for that matter, are super close. And we like this tiny little family. So, you know, his presence is really appreciated and it's really missed when he's not here. So yeah, so I wasn't really focusing too much on videos. I was, you know, chilling with my brother. But I've still got a little bit of content for you guys, and I hope you enjoy. So it's really cool. I've been hanging out a lot with some of the Bachelor girls. It's so nice to be able to hang out with each other and catch up and stuff. So we've been hiking. Oh my goodness, I got so burnt. Oh, I don't peel, and I was peeling like there is no tomorrow. And now it's fine. And then we've been hanging out at each other's houses and stuff. So it's really nice just to sort of get to know them, and you know, like they're the only ones who really ever understand that sort of situation and stuff. So that is probably the thing I like the most about being in the house, was actually all the girls I met. There's some lovely girls, and we're sort of all getting really close now, and I absolutely love it, and I adore them. So yeah, it's just been a lot of fun just to spend some time with them. So my bunny Bolt is like my life. This bunny is like my child. I absolutely adore him. He is my absolutely everything. And the other day he took such a bad turn. Oh my goodness, I can't explain to you. I was an absolute mess. So I always go and I give him a snack and everything before I go to bed. Just say goodnight to him and give him a love and just make sure he's fine. And he wouldn't eat his snack. And now, like, if you know anything about rabbits, if rabbits don't eat, it's a huge problem. I mean, they pretty much, if you put food down, they eat. Even now, when I put him outside, he just chows all the grass. So I'm trying to get him to eat, and he won't eat. And then I'm like, no, there's something definitely, and he's just like kind of, nah, he just has no energy, doesn't want to move around. I'm just like, no, and he has had a few of these incidences before, so I was like, yeah, is he gonna be okay, is he not gonna be okay? And I was just like, no, I need to phone the vet. So it's not like 9:30 at night, sorry, have a like fly bomb face, 9:30 at night, and I call the vet. This is like on the emergency number, and I'm just like, I'm so sorry, but please, you have to come out and you have to check out my rabbit. So now obviously there's curfew and everything as well. It's like, screw curfew, you know, this is an emergency. So we went and we took him to the vet, and the vet had a look at him, and he gave him some antibiotics and stuff. She was like, I don't know, you know, I don't really know what's wrong with the rabbits. You have to do tests and all sorts of things. So, oh, the vet was so sweet. He was like, okay, well, in order to get him to drink, we'll have to get him some apple juice. But now, all the shops are obviously closed. So he went home and got me apple juice from his house. And then we sort of syringe fed my baby with a syringe. And the next morning he was just like no better, so I took him to the vet, and eventually the guys were like, you know what, you're gonna have to take him to an expert. Luckily it's the Onderstepoort, which is like the veterinary school in South Africa, is about 40 minutes away from me, and they have like an exotic animals department. And they made an appointment for me, and my vet was amazing. I promise you, if you ever need a good vet, come to me. I have the best vet that is like 500 meters down the road from me. It is awesome. But anyways, and he spoke and he told this expert everything that had been going on and whatnot, and I took him through. And I wasn't sure if he was gonna make it all the way, because I now 40 minutes, and I was like, oh flip, man, I don't know if he can be in the car. He hates being in the car as it is, and now 40 minutes is far. Luckily I had Doug with me, sort of looking after him, and then he had like this spastic fits in the car, and I thought he had died, and it was just, yeah, very stressful, horrible, but we got him there. And she had a look at him and stuff, and she was like, you know, he is really old. For a rabbit, he is really, really old. And yeah, so I thought, you know, I wasn't sure he was gonna make it. I was like, okay, so I say goodbye to my bunny, and they, you know, this is like a real animal hospital. You know, they have like a little drip for him and everything. And yeah, so the next day I phoned her, she's like, no, he's looking a lot better, but they want to still sonar his stomach and do all these like fancy things. And I was like, okay, cool, do that. She's like, no, but he is looking a lot better and he is eating and stuff. So he stayed in hospital over the weekend. And then, you know, he is old, so he obviously does have a few things wrong with him and whatnot. But he was severely dehydrated, obviously, because he wasn't eating and wasn't drinking. But they sort of sorted him out, and he is now like a new bunny. And honestly, I wasn't sure my bunny was gonna make it. And now he's like this cute little thing, and he's running around, and we made him like this outside enclosure, and he's got like this very special diet, this very strict diet. And yeah, because oh my word, my heart was broken. I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I was like, this year has been awful, and I was like, this is just like the worst thing ever. And I was like, no, I can't. And he is doing so much better. And I know he's old, but he's still got a lot of life in him. He's such a fighter, this one. I mean, this one is the one that nearly died at birth. So he's doing amazing, and I love him so much. And I'm just so thankful it all worked out in the end. So one thing about running as much as I do is you see some really funny things. I can't even actually tell the story without laughing, and it's not a laughing matter. I feel bad for the guy. It was so funny. So I'm running, and I see this guy like looking through sort of the bin, but not like your own bin, or sort of, you know the street bins, the bins that they put on the street for people just passing by to throw away their rubbish. And he obviously sees me like looking at him. And he goes, no, he obviously decides he needs to explain himself to me. And he goes, no, my wife was really mad at me and she threw out my stuff. And I was like, oh no. I didn't actually even comment. I just kept running. I was like, I can't get into this right now. But I thought, yeah, she must have been really mad at you to throw out your stuff, and you guys are married and whatnot. I kind of also wanted to know what he did, which I obviously didn't try and find out. But yeah, this guy was in his gown, and digging through the bin. And I was like, well, because I didn't really see anything that, you know, she could have thrown out. It wasn't as though there were boxes and clothes and everything, but he was like looking through the bin. And then he tells me no, his wife threw his stuff out. I suppose I probably should have gone back to the bin. Maybe there's something like worthwhile in that bin. Or maybe I could have just given it back to the poor guy. But anyways, I thought that was like a hilarious story I had to share. So I've got quite the thought for you guys to ponder about and give me your opinions and things. And that's fate and destiny. What do you believe in fate and destiny? I personally don't, and I'm going to explain why. I believe in free choice. You know, like if our, you know, destiny is already planned and plotted, then what's the point of doing anything? Then I may as well sit on my backside and do absolutely nothing, because no matter what I do, I'm going to land up at the same point. And I don't want to believe in something like that. Yeah, I want to believe like I'm destined for amazing things and wada, but if I'm not, then yeah, you know. But I don't know, I like to think that, you know, the decisions I make do have an effect, and I have a choice, and that's the direction I'm going, is the choice that I've made. Yeah, so what do you guys think? It's a very interesting topic, and I think it can be quite a controversial topic. I'm not trying to be controversial or anything, I'm just telling you my opinion, and I'd like to know everybody else's opinion. But yeah, it's something that I think about quite a lot, actually. But I really do like to think that I have a choice in the matter, and I'm making decisions, and I'm not just, you know, sort of going with the flow, and what will happen will happen. I don't like that saying either. What will be will be. Yeah, no, what will be, yes, I agree, it will. If it happens, it happens. But at the same time, I do believe that you can control, or you have, so I suppose then it's like, well, where does the control sort of come from? Because no one chooses for certain things to happen to them, but I just believe that's like sort of coincidence, and that's what happens. It's not sort of written in the stars, because I mean, why would, like, you know, when terrible stuff happens, why would that be written in the stars? It's horrible. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I would be quite interested to hear. Can I just say, how awesome is it that it's spring? I love spring. I don't like winter at all. The only thing I like about winter is like getting cozy in bed. But then I don't want to get out of bed and I don't want to do anything. And in my bed I have to have an electric blanket as well. So it's been so nice to be spring. I love it. I think I need to be one of those people that have a house in the northern hemisphere and I have a house in the southern hemisphere, or just on the equator or something, somewhere where it's always warm. Because I really don't appreciate the cold whatsoever. But yeah, so I'm loving the warmer weather. September was a decent month. I must be honest. Apart from my poor little Balti, that would have ruined my entire September. It really would have. Actually, it would have just, I would have been a complete mess, to be fair. But anyway, so let's not even talk about that. I don't want to think about that. But yeah, so September's been a good month, and like I said, it was so nice to see my brother. So yeah, all positive vibes are all round. And thanks so much for joining me, guys, and I will see you really, really soon.